The Ivory Coast. United States to set up a drone base in the Ivory Coast? According to an unconfirmed report by Monde Afrique, the United States is preparing to establish a military base in the Ivorian historical town of Odiene at the crossroads of Mali, Guinea, and the Ivory Coast. Meanwhile, France's 43rd Marine Infantry Battalion stationed at Port Bouet near the Ivorian capital Abidjan will reportedly be downsizing soon. France presently has 950 service members stationed in the Ivory Coast, and as mentioned by France 24, Paris plans to reduce the number to 100. As stated by CBS News, U.S. forces will redeploy from the smaller of its two military bases in Niger, Air Base 101, this weekend, and withdraw the remaining fewer than 500 troops stationed at the $100 million drone air base in Agadez, Air Base 201, in August. Monde Afrique sarcastically describes the upcoming U.S. base in the Ivory Coast as, quote, an ideal location since the new version of the Reaper drones, which have a range of 30 hours of flight over 2,500 kilometers, give them a wide range of action. They will thus be able to monitor both parts of the highly strategic and coveted Gulf of Guinea from Nouakchott to Lomé and the Sahel countries with a breathtaking view of Bamako and Ouagadougou, unquote. With the Nigerian military junta flexing its muscle after ECOWAS backed down from invading the Sahelian nation following the successful coup that unseated President Mohamed Bazoum, the United States began searching for a reliable nation in West Africa to establish a drone base, lest its troops stationed at Strategic Air Base 201 be ordered to leave, which occurred in March. As observed by Military Africa, quote, by establishing drone bases closer to the Atlantic Ocean, the U.S. hopes to enhance its ability to monitor and respond to the activities of Al-Qaeda and Islamic State affiliates, and also to deter and disrupt the plans of China, which is seeking to establish its first permanent naval base on the Atlantic coast in Equatorial Guinea, unquote. On the heels of these developments, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken paid a visit to the Ivory Coast to discuss regional security and the promotion of democracy with Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara. A few months later, the commander of the United States Africa Command, General Michael Langley, held high-level discussions with Ouattara and the Ivorian Chief of Defense, General Lassina Doumbia, regarding regional stability and security cooperation, as mentioned on the website of the U.S. Embassy in the Ivory Coast. However, these discussions occurred behind closed doors unknown to the Ivorian public.